All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live on our Hangout here, and I got two computers running, so you might see me looking back and forth. We're doing a Hangout here on how to build a team for your home business. Got my man Brian Spector here.
Yo, what's up?
Come on, you can get a better yo than that.
I'm lying on my bed. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, yo! There you go. A little bit more energy. So basically, just connecting with Brian today. It's funny is we're on different teams in the same business, yet we connect all the time. That's what it's about, the community and the support. So love it. And just wanted to talk to Brian today a little bit about closing people in your home business. I've had some challenges. I've had some success. Obviously, Brian, I'm sure, has had some good success over the last week or so if you've been checking him out. So we're going to go through a little like mock call kind of thing, like as if I'm the prospect or the interested person in what Brian's doing, and go from there. So did you want to kind of set the tone here for a bit on the Hangout, Brian? Maybe throw in a couple words of...
Yeah, I just want to pre-frame people first of all, because usually when I close people, I used to be really afraid of like getting on the phone. So I want anybody to know, like, if you're watching this and you're afraid to get on the phone and close people, I am like the most afraid person to do that. So if it's easy for me to do it, then it's not that hard. The biggest thing though is that I will only close people if they come to me. If I'm going to them, chances are is that they're not interested in what I'm offering them, because that's pretty much cold calling, right? So you can still make a lot of money and you can still make a lot of sales with cold calling. I just don't like doing that. I'm not comfortable with it. If I really had to, I'll step outside of my comfort zone, because I used to work for Allstate and I used to close people for insurance. But it's like, yeah, I don't like doing it. So the people that I close, I always make sure that they go through a process before they even talk to me. So when they get to the point of talking to me, already in their mind they're looking up at me like I'm this guy that is kind of untouchable. Not that I'm putting myself on a pedestal or anything, but I bring them through a process where let me just take you through a process really quick of what I'm doing, and then we can get to the call. Basically, like for example, I have somebody visit my Instagram account. They'll watch a video of mine. They'll watch, or they'll see something on Facebook, an email. So already there, they're latching onto something that I put out there, some type of content. And then once they see that content, I will probably have a call to action in there that will bring them to my bridge video. If you don't know what a bridge video is basically a video that you make yourself that will actually, it's like a bridge between you. It's a bridge between your prospect and whatever video that you're trying to send them to on the other side, okay? So in my case, I have a company video that I like to show my prospects, but of course, it's branding the company, and there's nothing personal on the other side, so I need to do something to build that rapport up with them, to get them to trust me and know me and like me. So what I do is I have a bridge video. They go to the bridge video, and the bridge video will pre-frame them to watch the company video. So they're already going through a process where they have to keep making what we call micro commitments, where they go through so much, so when they finally buy, they've already made so many commitments that $25 or however much you're getting them to invest is nothing. And one thing I actually like to do on my capture page, like, let me actually show you this really quick. Hold on. Can you see my screen?
I'm waiting for it to pop up on my phone here, so I just see your camera frozen at the moment, and I see it. Yep, good.
Okay. So this is my capture page right now, okay? So basically, what I'm doing with my capture page, I wrote down my vision. My vision is to create 36-figure earners by the end of the year using the same strategies that earned me $2,416 in a single day. This right here, this vision is very compelling. I have it all over my, like if you go to my Facebook page or my Instagram account, or maybe even on some of my emails, this is, I put my vision out there because people are more attracted to where you're going and not where you're at the moment. So if you can cast out a vision of something that you would like to accomplish, it entices people a lot to actually participate in that, because people actually want to feel like they're a part of something. So this is what I did for my capture page, and as you can see, I'm not asking them for their email just yet. I'm letting them click this button, which is another micro commitment, okay? Because just by clicking this button, then it allows you to put in your email address. So you're already going through 2 steps just to put in your email address. Like you see what I'm talking about, right? Um, you're taking so many actions to finally get on the phone to talk with me, so that when you finally do get on the phone and talk with me, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to Brian. So let me just show you that one more time. So you're on this capture page. You click this. It brings you to a form where you fill out your email, send me the video, and then that will bring you to a bridge page. The bridge page will then connect you to the company video, and then after the company video, I have them fill out a form and then talk to my assistant, who is my friend Nick. Okay, so basically, I have them going through so many steps that when they do get on the phone with me, it's very easy to close them, because they're already pre-framed to understand that, like, I'm in a position of authority, and whatever I say, most likely they're gonna listen to what I say. Otherwise, I just hang up the phone on them. Yeah, like I'm being serious. Like if somebody gets on the phone with me and I hear like something in their voice that sounds like they don't want to do this, I'm not gonna push anybody, because I'm not in the convincing business. Like, you either want it or you don't. And sometimes you'll get prospects who they say that they want whatever you're offering, and then when they get on the phone with you, um, it's almost like you can tell that they're sabotaging themselves. Like, on the phone, they're like, well, I like what you're offering, but um,
but which just
but
negates everything you just said.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what I like to tell people is, your job at closing the sale is not necessarily. Oh wait, do I have my camera on? Okay, I
You're showing
forgot.
my face, like seeing 2 of me.
Yeah. So your job is not necessarily to close them, but your job is more to catch if there's any objections, and if you catch the objections, you kind of work your way around them. So we'll just show you in a mock call. Like, we'll do a mock call,
Yeah.
and I'll show you how to do it.
Like, what you're really doing is you're qualifying the person to be part of your team, because you don't want to be, okay, we're not in business here just to make money, right? We're in business to help people. If you're in business just to make money, this may not be a good hangout for you. You shouldn't even be watching this training, because so you want to connect with people. You want to qualify them to be able to work on your team, because you want to work with people that are serious and that are going to be taking action and that are going to help themselves in their business, that are not going to just be like making excuses. But I don't know, $100 to upgrade, it sounds like a lot of money. I don't know. So,
Yeah, and the thing is, once you start to know the type of person that you want, then it's easier to attract them to you, because then you start to become, you start to think like the person that you want to become. So, like, in my case, like, let's say I want to be, a 6-figure earner, so I'll start acting like one, and then by acting like one, when you talk to somebody on the phone, instant respect, and
you have that posture.
yeah, it's actually kind of funny, because my friend just came over like an hour ago, and he's a cop, and like, I've known him since high school. So to me, like, when I see him in a cop uniform, I'm like, you're the same person on the inside. But it's funny, because even though I know that that's him, when he wears that uniform and he puts his sunglasses on and he says something, it feels like there's so much power in what he's saying. And it was
It's
funny because
speaking differently to you.
yeah, it's funny because, like, he actually brought me driving down the street in his cop car, and I was in the passenger seat, and like everybody was just slowing down, I told him, I'm like, do people actually like drive this slow when you're driving? And he's like, yeah, because it's a cop car. They respect the authority. So that's pretty much how you want to position yourself on different social networks. Is and I'm not saying to fake it until you make it, but I'm saying, you know, have that posture where if people see you, they know that you're serious and you're not going to really take excuses from them, because at that point, it's a lot easier to close them, because if they do give you an excuse, you could just laugh and be like, and they'll be like, whoa, oh yeah, okay, I don't want you on my team, and they'll understand what you're saying, and they'll either invest or not.
Absolutely. Cool, man. Good stuff. Okay, so we got some good info out of the way now. So let's jump into the to a mock call. I'm gonna actually act like a person that's interested in Brian's business. So basically, as if I sent him a text message, "Hey Brian, what's up? I saw you online, and I want to know more about your business." So let's just go with it. And Brian, if you want to stop at any point, like let's go forward with it, and then stop at certain points after certain objections, and then go and maybe explain that. Or do you want to do it at the end? I think it's easier to do it as we go along, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you as we go along.
Yeah, just make it clear that you're stopping right now. Let's stop right here and go back on that kind of thing. Okay, cool. So I'm basically calling Brian, okay? But we can see you guys, but whatever. So hey Brian, it's Chris. I just shot you a text message and giving you a call. So I just want to get more info about your business. Could you tell me what it's about?
Well, what interested you in my business? Like, where did you find me from?
Well, I found you. Like, I came across your website. I think it was through Instagram, and I just saw the pictures on your Instagram account, and it looks like you're like living like the lifestyle that I'm looking to live as well, because I'm kind of sick of my job and stuff. So I want to change, definitely. So
Oh,
just I guess the lifestyle and like obviously freedom.
so if okay, so what is like the core reason why you want to do this? Like, I know you want lifestyle and freedom, but like deep down inside, like, what is your core motivation? Because once you start making the amount of money that you make, like what's next? Like what motivates you?
Well, I've known since I was a kid that what I saw my parents doing around me and everybody else, all the other adults, I just felt like there was something wrong with it, and that I like deserved more in life. And I always knew that I wanted to help people, and I wasn't sure how I was going to do that. So I mean, like, my true passion is to help people go after like their desires and what they want to do. Like if they want to be like jumping on stage and with a microphone or a guitar, I want people to be able to go after their passion. So I want to help people achieve that. And I know that jobs can't really do that for you. I mean, it's just like paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I completely understand. Like, I used to have a job and I felt the exact same way, so I know where you're coming from. So if I show you a way to be able to live that freedom lifestyle and do exactly what you want to do with your life, are you willing to listen to everything that I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I just, I'm a little bit weary because I've gotten involved in stuff before where I've lost money. So I just want to make sure that, it's something legit, because obviously, like, I've lost, like, I mean, I got involved in a business I spent like $23,000 in, and like, I don't blame the business for my failure or for my lack of success, but I just want to make sure that it's something that is legitimate and that, people want.
All right. Well, you saw my account, first of all, so I mean, you can see this is legit. So, um, if okay, so if I show you a way to achieve exactly what you're looking for, how much do you think that would be worth to you?
Well, I mean, I'm looking to like basically replace my income at my job and make more than that. So I'm looking at starting at about 5,000. Um, I probably have, I don't know, like, I mean, how much does it cost to get started, like, with your business that you're doing?
Wait, wait. So you said you have 5,000?
No, no, I say I want to replace, like, I want to get an
Oh,
income of
okay.
$5,000
Oh
a
yes.
month.
So you want to
So
make
what
five. You want to make
for me
five
to make
thousand
5,000?
bucks. Okay, so if you want to make $5,000, then are you at least willing to invest 10% of how much that you're trying to earn? So 10% of 5,000, what is that, like 500 bucks? Are you at least willing to invest 500 bucks towards your future and your education?
Well, I am. I mean, I've invested like more than that before. Obviously, I want to make sure I'm not throwing my money away, so that I'm getting involved in something that is like, I mean, that people are going to see and they're going to want to join my team as well. I mean, I was never really good at recruiting, so I mean, like, do I have to recruit in this business? Like, what is it all about exactly? So I can get an idea if I can, if I'm willing to invest that much, like 500.
Okay, yeah. So if you're willing to invest 500 bucks, what I'm gonna ask you to do right now is invest 25, which is actually really cheap because that's that's like less than 5% of how much you want to earn, right? So that's not a big uh that's not a big commitment for you. Are you willing to do that? To invest at least 25 bucks?
Yeah, well, I mean,
And I'll
25
show
is
you I'll show you how this works.
25 is nothing. So I mean, yeah, I'm down with that for sure. But like, I mean, how's $25 going to make me $5,000 a month?
Okay. Are you in front of a computer right now?
I am, yes.
Okay. So I'm assuming you already watched the video before you came to me, right?
I did what was called like the commission
Yeah,
loophole
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
So basically, yeah, that already explained everything with how this works. So if you're in front of a computer right now, I'm gonna just walk you through the sign up process, and as soon as you get in, there's gonna be 8 videos that will show you exactly what to do next. They're gonna show you how to market your business, how to position yourself in front of the right people, and actually get them to buy whatever you're selling. So it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter what company you're promoting because I see that you've done things in the past, but you can use this to make money on its own, or you can use this to promote other things. So just trust me when I say this. Like this will give you everything that you need to understand why what you did in the past wasn't working and why what you're doing now will work. So
But
if you already saw the
why is this different than anything else? I mean, the video itself, like it seemed very different than anything I've seen, but I just want to make sure, I'm
yeah,
not
so
gonna be throwing my money away, right? I mean,
no, no,
25 bucks is not a lot, but it's just I want to,
yeah, you
make sure
won't,
it's.
you won't. So are you in front of a computer right now?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
All right, so uh, just go to this website, blah 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 blah. That's when I'll give them my website, and then I'll just walk them through the sign up process. But basically, this conversation, like if they gave me that many objections, I'd probably hang
Hey
up
man, can you
because
hear
it's
me?
just like it's too many. But because as you could tell, like anybody who's watching, like as you can tell, that was like it seemed like no matter what I said, he kept going back to, oh well, I'm not sure about this. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Even though I kept saying like, no, this like, even though I kept assuring him that it was fine, he still would look for a reason to not do it, which is kind of common sometimes. But as long as you're creating some type of rapport with them, where you can relate with them, keep in mind that you know this conversation that you're witnessing, I didn't really do much to create rapport because I'm already expecting that he watched a video from me earlier on or he saw something of mine earlier on, so that rapport is already created. If if I was in a conversation like this and like this is the first time they're talking to me and they've never seen a video of mine and they've never seen like anything that I did, because I asked him, I said, "Did you watch the video? Did you watch the video?" Oh wait, no, I didn't say that. I said, "I'm assuming that you already watched the video to get to this point or something like that, right?" So if they did that, in my process at least, that video creates rapport for me, and then my assistant that calls would also create rapport. So if I hear like this many objections, like what's going through my mind is like, yeah, this person's not serious. I mean, I'll sign them up and maybe eventually down the line they'll change their mind. But if somebody's coming in with that much resistance, chances are is that they'll quit very soon. So somebody like that, I very rarely get conversations like that, only because I bring them through a process. So like basically, let me just let me give you an example of a conversation that I would have. Okay. Because that was not normal to me. So I'm like, okay, okay. So basically, this is how it
I
would go
wanted
from.
to throw you off a little bit, man.
Huh?
I wanted to throw you off a little bit to get you
Yeah,
thinking
no,
on your feet.
it got me thinking. But the thing is, like, if somebody gave me that many objections, yeah, I'll just hang up because I could tell that they're not hungry for success. And somebody like that, I wouldn't even talk with them on the phone because if it takes that much effort to get them to sign up for 25 bucks, then it's going to take a whole lot more effort to upgrade them and to get them actually taking action. And most of the people that I have on my team right now that have stuck around for at least 4 months or longer and have upgraded, they signed up without me even talking to them, like because they watched a video just like anybody out here who's watching this. If you are watching this, this video is building rapport. This video is building rapport. So by the time you get to me or you get to Chris, we don't really have to do much because you already have seen us. And there's a phenomenon where when you see people on video, for some reason you get like starstruck when you actually get to talk to them on the phone or in person. So and it happened to me like plenty of times. Like I would see people on videos and then see them at events, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, I seen you on Facebook. Like
Yeah, it's like
real.
some freaking yeah, like you see some celebrity or something like that. It's
Yeah.
true.
So basically, this is how a conversation would go for me. Somebody would call me. They'll be like, well, first of all, they'll either text me or message me on Facebook, and then I'll respond and I'll say, call me, because if I sit there and I try to type, I don't personally like Facebook because if I type on Facebook, it's text, so it could be misinterpreted. So I just like talking to people on the phone. That's just my style. Doesn't mean that that's the right
Yep.
way. There's a wrong way, but I just like talking to people over the phone because it's faster and there's no way that they can misinterpret what I'm saying. But basically, this is how it would go for me. Um, they would text me and be like, "Hey, I saw your business. I'm interested in what it is that you're doing." I say, "Call me." Then they call me, and then they'll be like, "Hey, is this Brian? Hey, what's up? Oh, I was looking at what you're doing, and I'm really interested. I just need a little more information." Oh, okay, cool. Have you already went through the video process, right? And you filled out the application. Yeah, I did that. Okay, cool. So, what did you like about the video? Oh, well, I really liked how it was like, yeah, maybe they say something like, I like how it was different from all the other companies out there. I like your videos. I've been watching you for a while. I see that this was working for you. So if it works for you, then I'm pretty sure it'll work for me. Like every single time, like I always get people to say things like that. So
Well, the
at
thing
that,
when you do that, yeah, when you're doing that, you're getting the person to talk, and they're actually giving you the reasons why, they want a business. They're telling you what their desires are. Like if you really pay attention and listen to it and take notes of what they're saying, they're telling you the reason why. Like they're convincing themselves basically at that moment. So
yeah,
remember those things as well, because when someone comes back and says, "Well, I don't know, it sounds like it's a little bit too much to invest," or something like that, you can go back and touch on like, "Well, I thought this is what you wanted to achieve and this and that. Like, what do you think it's going to take for that to happen?" kind of things. So, yeah.
yeah.
So I mean,
And that's why when
yeah,
I was doing the mock call with you at the beginning, I asked you what was your reason for getting into it, because then if there was any objections, like if I took that call even further, and your call, and let's say that down the line you still had resistance during the sign-in process, like the sign-up process when you're filling out your credit card information, at that point I'd be like, look, man, you say that you want freedom and you say that you don't want to work your job anymore. How bad do you really want that? Is it worth investing $25 to be able to live free and quit your job? because that's what they told me at the beginning. So now I have something that I can kind of hook on them, because if they say no, then that means that they're lying to me, and nobody wants to lie to somebody on the phone. So so yeah, so this is how the conversation would go. They would tell me, yeah, I saw your videos. I've been looking at what you're doing. It seems pretty cool. I see how you're successful, and I wanna, I wanna be able to do what you're doing. Okay, cool. Well, are you actually in front of a computer right now? Yeah, I'm in front of a computer. Okay, I want you to go to this website. Blah, blah, blah. They go to my website. Sometimes I'll get a couple of objections here. They'll be like, what is this? What exactly is it that I'm buying? And then that's when I always go back to, like, I have this written down in my journal right here, like, and I learned this in business school when I was back in college. Like, I have it written down somewhere in my journal, but
Yeah. That's right.
it's like an elevator speech. Like, I have a very quick elevator speech to explain Empower Network, because I don't want to avoid the question, because then it'll make me seem like, I'm doing something sketchy. But at the same time, I don't want to tell them too much, because if I do, then they're not interested. So this is my elevator speech that I always have for what we're doing. I say, look, this is going to show you how to market your business properly. It's going to show you how to position yourself in front of the right people and get them to buy without really having to convince them or pitch them. And I really like it because it's you're not selling. People are actually, like, you see how we're on this call right here. Like, people will actually come to you just like you're coming to me, and they'll want to join. Is that something that you're interested in? Oh yeah, that's something I'm interested in. Okay. And if you noticed, if I ask them a question like that, is that something you're interested in? I'm basically asking them a question that they can either answer yes or no to. If they say no, there's no reason for the conversation to continue. But most likely they say yes. Like 90% of the time they'll say, yeah, I'm interested. And if you get somebody to say yes more than 7 times in a row, then subconsciously something happens in their mind where if they do say no, they'll just feel really uncomfortable doing that. So if you can get people to say yes a lot, like at least 7 times, then it'll be easy to go for the close. So, oh, well, is this something that you're interested in? Yes. Okay, well, is this something that you would be willing to invest in? 25 bucks? Yes. Okay. Are you on my website right now? Yes. And you just keep getting them to say yes. So then when you get them to the sign up process, this is all I do. I just say, okay, are you on my website? Yes, I'm on your website. Okay. You see on the left side there where it is asking to fill in your name, your credit card details, and your address. Yeah, I see that. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is pull out your credit card and get ready to fill in all that information, and then down there at the bottom where it has your credit card info, pull out your credit card. Like, I'll keep repeating it. Pull out your credit card, and then fill out all your information, and then once you pulled out your credit card, go down to the bottom and click Get Access Now, and then make sure you buy. And while you do that, I'm gonna go take a sip of water. I'll be right back. And then I'll take a step away. I'll come back, and then I'm like, okay, I'm back. Are you done? Yeah, I'm done. If I get any objections after that, then I hang up the phone. Like, seriously, because I actually did have one time where this guy, he seemed really interested, and then when it got down to the point of filling out his details, he was like, well, I don't know if I should do this. I just hung up because like I said, I'm not going to convince anybody. I'll give you my elevator speech, and I'll tell you exactly how this can benefit you, but there's no use in convincing people, because if you convince them, what are you doing? You're selling them, and people don't like to be sold. People like to
Yep.
sell themselves. That's why I let people do 80% of the talking, and I do 20% of the talking. All I really do is I listen, and then based on what they say, I ask them a question. Because if I answer, then it's kind of like negotiating with terrorists. It's like if they ask me a question and I answer it, I don't have a problem with answering questions. But if I answer it, what happens? Then they ask me more questions, and whoever asks the most questions, that's the person who is in control of the conversation. So I want to be in control of the conversation since they're joining me. So I'm going to ask the questions. They can ask me a couple questions, but I'm going to ask more questions than they do, and I'm going to lead the conversation. And then at the very end, I'll tell them, okay, so you signed up. This is what you do next. I'll give them like 3 action assignments. Okay, okay, so you signed up. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Go into the back office and act like it's not a big deal either, because I know when I first started, and sometimes people do this, like when they first start and then they close somebody on the phone, like you're in the background, you're like, yes, like like you're really excited, and then sometimes they can hear that in your voice, and then they're like, oh crap, is this guy just making money off of me? But when I do it, I'm just like really casual. I'm like, okay, so you got in, okay, so now go into the back office, and then I want you to watch this video, this video, this video. Then when I hang up the phone on them, I'm like, yeah! So, yeah, that's basically my process, and like I've been really successful at closing people on the phone. Basically, just to simplify it, I'm just gonna go back over it again because I know it's a lot of information, but it's very simple. It's not complicated. You make people go through a process where they make a bunch of micro commitments so that when they get to you, it's no big deal signing up or investing 25 bucks or something, right? And then after they go through all those micro commitments, then you can have the option of having an assistant call them to kind of probe them for questions. So that way when you talk to them, you can just go back over their questions, and you can basically review what the assistant said. And I really recommend that you get an assistant, because if you do that, and you don't, I mean, I'm doing it with one of my team members, and not on the same team, but like we're all a part of a big giant family. We're all a giant team, okay? So basically, I have one of my friends, who's my assistant, and he'll just call people for me, and I'll call people for him. So you do micro commitments, you get an assistant, and then you get them on the phone with you. And once they're on the phone with you, you just ask them questions, qualifying questions, where they answer yes. And then you walk them through the sign-up process. And when you do it, just don't have any fear. It might be scary the first time. It might be scary a couple times, but if you just keep getting in the habit of telling people, okay, I want you to pull out your credit card, get ready to buy. Your heart might be racing, but at the end of the day, once that transaction goes through, you're like, cool, that was easy. Yeah, so that's basically my process.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, when I was getting on the phone, like as soon as like I knew that I had to make some calls, like my heart was like dun, 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 pounding, right? And like I was just like shaking, holding the phone, and like, man. But I mean, I got over that real quick. It's something that if you've never done it before, you feel uncomfortable about it. You just got to realize that you're going to be uncomfortable at the beginning. It's like the first time you kiss a girl or something, or a guy or whatever, depending on if you're male or female. I mean, it's uncomfortable, but you get used to it, and then it's like nothing. It's like no problem, and you just, boom, boom, form that habit, like Brian said, right?
Yeah, and
so
also
it's not really that difficult. I've had success with it as well myself. So.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that closing people on the phone is not something that you have to do forever, because I used to do it a lot when I first got involved with network marketing and internet marketing, because I had to build up that credibility and that reputation for myself. Because when people would look at me, they didn't know if I was making money or not. So, I get them on the phone, close them, and it's all about confidence. Because if they see that you're confident, then they're like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. That's really what people want at the end of the day. Is it's not that people are looking for somebody who's making 6 figures. It's that they want somebody who knows what they're doing. And usually the ones who know what they're doing are making six figures. So if you can just play the card of being really confident at the beginning, which is sometimes hard if you're not getting results, but that's why you always have a strong reason why you're doing it. Because if you have a strong reason, then you're going to find that confidence from somewhere. And so when you're confident, it shines, people will join. And then I say, like, once you get like about, I don't know, 30 people to join your team, now you have that credibility. And if anybody like gives you any type of crap, you could be like, look, bro, I got 30 people to join my team. How many people you got to join your team? Yeah, yeah, yeah. and you can use that experience that's under your belt to give you more confidence, because now you're somebody and you built your name up to be somebody. And so yeah, it's not that hard. And once you do it, once you close people on the phone, you can get to a point like where I'm at right now, where I have people joining my team left and right without even talking to me. Like, I don't even know, like I don't even know some of the people who join my team sometimes until I reach out and I call them and I'm like, hey, what's up? You joined my team, like, who are you? What's up? Where'd you find me from? And it's funny because I had this guy. He joined me 2 days ago, right? I didn't talk to him at all. He just said, "Hey, I saw what you were doing. You seem pretty successful, so I wanted to join your team." I was like, "Okay, cool." Next day, he invests $3,000, and I didn't even talk to him once. And you know, it's not that surprising for me now, but if this was me, at the beginning, I would really be shocked because I didn't talk to him at all. But the reason why I'm not that surprised is because I brought him through a process, the same process that I'm telling you guys. I brought him through that process, and I know it works because it's worked so many times. So I want you to imagine what it would be like to have, and by the way, income disclosure results are not typical, right? Because some of the things that we're doing, not everybody is willing to do this. But I want you to imagine what it would be like to have people join your team left and right, investing $3,000, in a day. Like, if you can imagine that, like, that right there is life changing. And once you change your life with a situation like that, now you got more confidence, now you got more credibility, and it's like a giant snowball effect, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, so when you're starting out, you may have to grind a little bit. Obviously, like, nothing that's great comes with no work at all. So you may get on the phone and stuff like that. But as Brian was saying before, that you'll do that at the beginning, and then after, you can outsource that kind of thing. Like he has the assistant Nick who takes care of some of his calls for him as well. But I mean, once you got like that authority and you're making that money, then let the systems kind of take care of it. The serious people are going to come through your funnel or your system, and you're going to get on the phone with them, after they sign up, most likely. Like, seriously, when I was starting out, I didn't talk to people on the phone. People signed up through my link. They just went through the process, and I didn't even have any bridge video at that time. I didn't have a video of me. I just had like the company video, and it's like I would get an email if someone signed up, and then I'd call them and welcome to the team, right? So it's I mean, you can go about it different ways. We're just giving you an example of getting on the phone, connecting with people. I find that nowadays, back in the day, it was all about phone prospecting, and it's kind of come away from that and gone to just online stuff. So with us going back into this process of connecting with people on the phone, I think people really like that because they don't have access to people's phone numbers. They're signing up to people's list. They're entering their emails on a website. They're watching a video of the company, and then they're getting followed up and bombarded. Buy, 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 buy. So I mean, there's different processes you can go through, different ways depending on how much traffic you're pulling in, obviously. So this is yeah. Get her done, man. Get out there and do it. Get uncomfortable if you're just beginning.
As long as you're finding a way to build a relationship with them, that's what's important. Because the only reason why I still call people, and this isn't for everyone, like I said, is because you get so many emails on a daily basis. There's so many status updates on your feed that it gets kind of hard to trust like who's actually a credible person and who's not. And I'm not saying like I'm not a trustworthy, like I don't trust people and stuff, but you know, the world that we live in, with business and marketing, it's really hard to tell who is actually like real, and who actually
Who's
cares about you. And so that's why I really encourage you also to make videos just like this, because when you speak on videos, people can see that you're real, and they convert the prospects a lot higher, because then when they do call you, you don't have to do much talking because they just watch an entire video just like this, and then they join your team. And keep in mind that everything that we're sharing with you right now, these are a little bit advanced strategies. So if you're just starting out and you're a beginner, you know, like Chris said, like even with me, like when I started out, I only started doing phone prospecting like 2 months ago. Like I didn't do this before.
Same here.
Um,
Same here.
Wait, what?
No, I said same here.
Oh, I
Same here.
think say that again.
2, 3 months.
Yeah, like this is something that I'm just implementing in my business, and it's fairly new. Um, but like I said, like the only reason why I want to go back to it is because I want to make that personal connection with people, because when you do talk on the phone with somebody, it's a completely different feeling than reading their email. I actually had a friend that called me the other day. His name is Tim Woods, and he's a musician out here in Houston, and he has a huge fan base. Like he has thousands and thousands of people listening to his music, but he still calls his fans, and I'm one of his fans. Like, I mean, I shot music videos for him a long time ago, but I'm still one of his fans. He gave me a call the other day just to see, you know, how things were going, not trying to tell me to go to his concert or to listen to his music or trying to pitch me on something, right? But he just gave me a call to see what's up. And from that one call, you know what I started doing? I started going on Facebook and looking at what is it that he's up to. Like, I actually started checking out his music a little more. Not saying that, you know, I wasn't doing that before, but that one little call gave me a little initiative and a little motivation to actually go out of my way to find out exactly what it is that he's up to and what he's doing. So building that relationship is very powerful, because in my case, right, a musician who I'm a fan of reached out to me because I was a fan, and I actually went in to check out his music, and you know, I shared some of his stuff. I remember mentioning him on my wall in one of my comments. I liked a lot of his content. So it really goes to show you how far that personal connection can really go, because um, you know, we're living in an age where there's just so much competition, and the internet, I love the internet. Like, I'm all for the internet, but it does have its downsides also, because there's a lot of competition and you need to stand out from the rest of the crowd. And so when you make that personal connection, you really can leave an impression on somebody, especially if you're contacting them to actually help them, not just to make money and not to make a sale. Like, if you actually contact somebody and say, okay, so, you know, I saw that, you know, you're struggling with this, you're struggling with that, and you were interested in what I was doing. Let me find out how I can help you. That goes a long way, because there's so few people who actually care about people and less about money. So when you can actually do it from a good heart, it'll show. People will see it. Oh, you're muted. Wait, you're muted. I don't know which one to unmute. Hold on. Wait. Yeah, I can't hear you at all. It won't let me unmute you.
Can you hear
Yeah, I hear you. I hear
me?
you. Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Okay, okay, cool. No, so I was just saying, like to the people that are watching this video here on YouTube, we're wherever you've seen it. Leave a comment below if you found this to be useful. If you want to connect with us as well, there's going to be a link below this video. Get in contact with us. We're real people. We want to help you. We're not just going to grab your money. As you can see, you probably got to know a little bit about what we're all about here. And actually, when we were doing that mock call, I was telling you the truth about where I was at previous to getting involved in business. So, I mean, I did spend a lot of money online and failed a lot. But, you got to fail in order to move forward, right? So it's not going to happen like this. If you have a lottery mentality, you think it's going to happen like, yeah, I'm going to make it rich tomorrow. Like, come on, please. Like, get real. It takes hard work, takes dedication, it takes being consistent in your business and thinking outside the box and getting on the phone and connecting with people like we're doing, if that's what you got to do at the beginning, right? If you got thousands of dollars to send traffic to your website, maybe that's a different story and you can hire an outsourcer to follow up on your prospects for you. But yeah, connect with us below here. There's going to be a video here. And Brian Sprechter and Chris Schultz, over and out, baby.